We continue to preview the 2025 college volleyball season, and our stop today is Wichita, Kansas, as we visit with Martin Ayin, the head volleyball coach for the Friends University Falcons. Coach, thank you for taking time with us today. 15-15 last year. I want to start by talking about 2024 for just a moment. Nearly double the win total from the previous year, and it's the most wins since 2019. So trending the proper direction there, I would imagine. Tell us a little bit about 2024 before we get into 25.
Well, thanks for having me. 2024 was definitely, we were really gearing up for a big pivot season. I think we probably let a couple of games go in 5, including a nationally ranked team, and a couple of games in our conference in 5. So I was always expecting a 20-plus win season this year. 2024 was an awesome year. We brought in some really good talent, some new freshmen, some solid returners, and a good group of transfers. With just being a new group, learning to play together was one of our biggest challenges, especially with so much talent on the floor. And then we had, of course, like anything else, we had some unforeseen, we call zero contact injuries. But you play the game, you play the season. So we were able to push through that. And just towards the end, the back end of the season, we got eliminated in playoffs due to some, we call that elimination by, I beat you, you beat me on a Wednesday type of thing. So we were hanging in right in there, and the girls just kept fighting hard through the season. So it was a great season. That definitely one that we're building off of, and it's definitely folding into what we like this spring to set up for some continued and forward success in the fall.
You know, one of the players that was a member of that team last year who's graduated, Antonia Perrier, 6 digs per set, which that's just a crazy number to think about that. What an impressive year she had. It was her senior year, though, and she's not done with the program. But talk about her impact and what she's going to continue to do.
Oh, man, I don't know if we're ever going to replace Tony. We have to replace the position, as we do every so many years. But her impact was felt from day one, as coming in as a freshman from California and stepping into a need that we had in the libero position. As I played in college as libero, I've always emphasized like defense first mentality to help us get to where we want to go. But now that she's done great things for us, she continues to be a Falcon here. She's also one of our strength coaches as far as coming back around next year into the graduate program, helping Coach Spelling and our strength coaching staff. So she's already working with our girls, getting them to where they need to go. And it creates a comfort zone as far as the girls know who she is. They're able to connect with her, relate with her, and sometimes even reach out and say, hey, how do I achieve this? I want to really grow in my strength in the training room. I want to get stronger, faster. And when she speaks to the team, they're really just bought in because they played alongside with her. They train alongside with her. Now she's over there as a mentor and saying, hey, here's some things I think you can continue to grow in and get better in. At the same time, she's right alongside of them, walking with them and celebrating them as they make those achievements.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, you lose, you don't lose her entirely. Obviously, still with the program there, but her numbers from last year, you lose those numbers. You have to replace that. And realistically, I mean, a lot of the numbers offensively and a lot of the numbers defensively that were a part of last year's program, you're not going to have those players coming into 2025. So tell us a little bit about the upcoming season and some players that may step up.
Well, yeah, no problem. We had a really unique season. We had close to 15 seniors or over 15 seniors this year. So replacing experience is something you're going to do in time, I think. But the girls that we have coming back this spring, a really good balance of freshmen coming into their sophomore year, returners getting another year of experience. And then we picked up a few transfers this spring to help us really solidify our base as we prepare this spring training for the fall. We're excited about the fall. It's something we've been sharing in our recruiting, whether it's a freshman or a transfer student, because this is an opportunity where we feel like we haven't lost pace. We've kept the momentum going. And if you're a young player and if you're a transfer, if you're new in this program, this is a great place to really come in here and have the space to compete. And of course, everyone wants to compete to be on the court all the time, but if there's any time to come in, this is the year to come in and just make a presence. At the same time, for our returners, this is an opportunity for them to step up this spring by leadership, by training, by just getting everything done right on the court, understanding a couple of different things we're implementing that are new. We're installing some defensive movements, some blocking, some hitting, some offensive ideology so that we have a really good base. And then when we get the last of our kids in August, I feel like we're not going to lose a step. If anything, we're going to be a lot better on the same page. A little bit younger, a little bit less experienced, but definitely more solid.
when you lose that many seniors, and I know others along the way in the college athletics scene as it is in 2025. There are going to be transfers, different things like that. So yeah, obviously a lot to replace there. We're visiting now with Martin Ayin, who is the head volleyball coach for the Friends Falcons, coach in are heading into now year 22 there in Wichita. Congratulations on that and the longevity that you have been able to provide for the program. A lot has changed in your time. It was a much smaller program when you took over, and now 40 plus members on the roster, at least according to 2024, a solid JV program as well. Tell us a little bit about the Friends volleyball program as a whole.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. Friends has been very consistent in its mission and what we're trying to accomplish, and there's been a lot of great leadership that's come through, different presidents, different athletic directors. Something that I've always been taught growing up in Hawaii, growing up around the ocean, they always say, like, ride each wave to the limit, ride each wave out, and then if it doesn't go your way, just come back again. And I think that's what really encouraged me to be here for so long, just knowing that the mission of the university is something that aligns well with what I want. And the volleyball program has grown a lot in my time here. We've actually held on to about 25 to 30 average, and some years we get really big. And it isn't necessarily what we're doing on the court or anything like that. I think it's the institution. When you got so many seniors here every year that are sticking around and hanging in there, and they also know that the relationships are built on the court and also with their professors and the institution. The retention's high. And I like to say I take credit for it, but really it's just the university itself that does a great thing. And that time here. So we've grown a lot, and I think we are really starting to pivot since the COVID season and getting back to the tradition never graduates experience here. And I'm like, we got alumni game coming up here in a little bit, and we have almost 25 alumni that signed up within the first 3 days. So we never have to tell them no, but it does get a little tight when everybody wants to come in the doors. But when I watch them play and I watch our kids compete, the kids are competing, and alumni are just coming back to reconnect, and it's just a great atmosphere. And I think in 20 years, what we're doing here in volleyball has been happening all along in the different sports here. And Friends University is definitely a place that continues to grow and encourage that environment.
Absolutely. Well, I'll throw out my testimony to that and say visiting friends and being there on campus and the opportunities I've had being there in Wichita, it's a fantastic place, great campus, but great athletic department as well. Mm-hmm. So, Coach, then for 2025, I know it's a little bit ahead. But let's look. August 26th, you go to USAO to get the season started. A tri-match after that. The KCAC schedule doesn't start until the midpoint in September, into that third week there. So if you can, tell us a little bit about the opening to your season.
Well, I would say that ever since we've gone to a single round robin and the strength of our conference has grown, like last year, I believe 5 of our teams of the 14 started off nationally ranked receiving votes. So we know going into this year exactly what we're going to be competing with. We know exactly what we're going to do. And I think every game that we play up until that point to prepare us for mid-September when we open up our conference play is so crucial. It's so important to making sure that we as a coaching staff prepare our players as well as possible, and they're prepared to compete as well as possible. Meaning that what they're doing on the court, in the weight room, and also in the classroom allows them to be really focused and dialed into what we're trying to accomplish. Because the KCAC has come, like in my time, from just an afterthought to a powerhouse, and there's some really strong programs in our conference. So preparing for that and not wanting to give away all the cards on our deck, we're really excited about what we can bring out there. And a lot of it's going to be young. It's going to be inexperienced, but sometimes they're the ones that are going to run through the wall for you, and they're the ones that are going to step up and play hard. And that's the environment you want as a coach, because then you can no one have to reel them back, but you can say, hey, okay, love what you're doing, great decision. Let's kind of bring this focus this way, and let's put it this way. And they're just eager. They're ready to go out. And I think when everybody's looking at each other on the court this time in this season is like, what we do now, we grow here. And if we make a mistake, we're just like, hey, it's only January. Hey, it's only February. Hey, everything we're doing now is just going to make us that much better. But we are excited. We know there's a big mountain to climb, and sometimes I tell my students and my athletes on the team, it's like, everybody talks about climbing this hill, climbing this mountain, but we're not just climbing something. We're going to climb it, and we're going to build a foundation on this mountain. We're going to go up there and build something that we're going to be up there for a while. So what happens this season, obviously, is still a little bit of ways, but we're definitely prepared, and we're definitely we got some really good people coming in. We got some really good people being excited about our program and contributing wherever they're at now and finishing up their high school and junior college training so they can come in and get us a running start.
All right. Coach Martin Ayin, the head volleyball coach for the Friends Falcons. Coach, we will follow the Falcons this season. Always a privilege to get to visit with someone from your athletic department. A great place, and I appreciate you taking time with us today here on the Summit.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody.